Ishvara, the Maya Vishishta Chaitanya, does not interfere into choices and decisions of the individual soul, the jiva. And that is what the freedom of a jiva is. But jiva, out of love, devotion and understanding, surrenders to Sri Krishna and says, now I will do whatever you will ask me to do. Now this is an expression of surrender and love. It's not like the Krishna is the puppeteer and Arjuna is saying, from now I am your puppet, you make me do whatever. It's not like that. It's more like an expression of love and surrender of Arjuna to Krishna, that I originally don't have any desire to win a war or be a king. I am desireless. But you say that that's my duty, being born as a prince, and I owe this to my society and family, hence I will do it. But now whether I win or lose doesn't make any difference to me, because end of the day, kshetra chapi mam vidhi sarvkshetreshu bharata. All this world is the kshetra, and I am the one who is witnessing that. And this whole world is my own dream. And even in Duryodhana, it is the same Atman. And it is the same Atman which is in me. It's the same Atman which is there in you. Yumam pashyati sarvatra sarvam chamai pashyati. The one who sees one in all is never separated from Krishna. And Krishna is never separated from this person. So it's more of like a surrender of a disciple to the Guru, of a jiva to the Ishwar. I will do as you ask me to do. And mind you, Arjuna never wanted to fight the war, but because of Sri Krishna's understanding which he received, he says that now I will abide to whatever you say. When I say that Ishvara is not going to inspire or to do any karma, neither he will give any fruit of his karma. Over here, the word which I have used, and even you have written, is Paramatma. Paramatma means the absolute truth, the Brahma. So there is no connection in between Jiva and Brahma. What I am talking about, the Jiva and Ishvara. So Jiva is saying, I surrender and I bow and I'll do whatever you say. So Krishna is the Ishvara, Arjuna is the Jiva. The next statement where I have said that Paramatma is not going to interfere or inspire or motivate, there I am talking about the Brahma, the absolute truth. I am not talking about the Ishvara. So don't confuse that. When you consider yourself as a Jiva, obviously there is a Ishvara. And for Ishvara you need to surrender and also listen to what he says. He or she, whatever you like. So what is desire of Ishvara is very well documented in 4 Vedas and Upanishads. So, in other words, we can say what Upanishads say, listen to that and follow that. What our Shastra says, Dharma Shastra says about our conduct, listen to Shastras, do accordingly. Don't do the papa karma. Don't do karmas which make you a pamar or vishayi. Right? So when we say about Paramatma, the Parabrahm, no interference. Is neither the giver of any fruit, nor is a motivator, nor is going to interfere. It's an absolute truth. It's the Adharadishtan, the substratum of this universe. But when we say Ishvara, then what is that? Brahma, a reflection into the Maya. So reflection, Maya and Brahma. 3 components. Maya Vishish Chaitanya Ishwar. So this Ishvara has everything to do with the Jiva. Hence there is no contradiction, it's just more clarity was needed. I hope, Chandrakant, now you have received it. Garima Sethi, I have a question from Gita as it says, we shouldn't try to stop our thoughts. Just watch them. Is the subconscious mind clearing itself by forming thoughts? I appreciate hearing back from you. Now there is again a little confusion which is there, and that is when I say that don't forcefully stop the thoughts, because you cannot force your mind to stop. When I say allow the thoughts to happen, I am not saying that allow the mind to be reckless. I am just saying that if you understand that you are not mind and you are the witness of the mind, then whatever goes in the mind will not have any impact on you, because you have not associated yourself with the mind and thoughts and the emotions and the memories which are there in the mind. So if this drashta is clear, and I am the drashta, the seer of the mind, then actually mind loses its potency to be reckless and to be lost and be tamoguni or be rajoguni and be chanchala, be wavered and wandering. The wandering mind is the sign that mind is lost in its stupidities. Hence, when mind is a sattvic, there would be less thoughts in your mind. That's the best sign to check whether your mind is sattvic or not. If your mind is having a compulsively race of thoughts occurring in your mind, then it is a sign that you have a very rajoguni mind. So when I say don't try to stop your thoughts forcefully, which you will fail to do if you even try to do, the mind will give you, kya bolte, dhobi pachhad. You know, the wrestlers have this hook. They just lift the body and throw the person on the back. Dhobi pachhad. In Hindi we say that. So your mind will give you a dhobi pachhad. What you do is you just allow the mind to be settled by using the pragya and viveka buddhi, what to do, what not to do, what's right, what's not right, what's dharma, what's adharma, and where your mind gets lost in anger, greed, jealousy. So you use your knowledge to calm your mind, address what is bad in the mind, and then not be associated with it. That's the way where slowly the mind will become calm, will lose the wish and will to think and run. And that will be a natural state of mind, but not forcefully induced state of mind. If you do it forcefully, how long will you hold your mind? Here and there the mind will jump out and say, oh no, no more. It's like a child, a reckless crying child who is stubborn. Or you cannot make that child, be calm. And there is one way only. If child is going ga 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 and just crying and making noises, just ignore the child. We'll make a ruckus for some time and then we'll lose. That is not having any impact. So why waste your energy? Children are very smart. So once they understand this, they'll come down, obviously. So the very wise mothers wouldn't just run after the child every time the child sobs and cries. Oh, no problem. Cry, cry, cry. Cry for some time. Mother is not cruel. Mother is very wise. Because she knows how long will the child cry. Will calm down. So it's okay. These days, the mother and father, they are so obsessive of their children. They won't let the child cry and they will just give them everything, everything, everything. So I'm seeing a 10-year-old boy and girl holding a smartphone and busy in the phone and lost in the phone and losing the grip of the real world. And then I was just talking to a mother of a 12-year-old boy and she said that I found my boy watching a pornographic site, 12 years old, watching porn. So she was aghast what to do. And the child won't listen. Teenage is coming. And even before the 13 has happened, the porn has happened. So I said, but wasn't it little foolish on your part to give a smartphone to your child? But because of the COVID, studies are happening online. So children are being provided by parents a phone. And then when children are not guided properly, they move on to those sites where they shouldn't be. And parents should see that when your child is ready, please have some talk about the so-called adult stuff in a very regimented and nice way, so that the child doesn't get into porn sites to gain the information. So parents really have to be wise enough to, sitting down with them, not hiding this fact of life, but now don't begin to talk to a 6, 7, 8-year-old child about all this stuff, the adult stuff. But if your child is, because of circumstances getting attracted to this stuff, then don't panic. Sit with them and let them know that it isn't their time for this. And when the right time comes, they will be very encouraged and motivated to get married or to be in a relationship. But 12, 13, 14 is not the age to be on the porn sites or to experiment what they saw. And there's very pathetic times in this way, because children are exposed to this tabooed stuff in very early ages. And that's why just recently there were some rape cases where a minor is raping another minor. Now that is, I would say, a lack of education and lack of guidance on the part of the child, and responsibility comes stark on the parents. Well, why would teachers take the responsibility? The parents have to be wise enough and to guide them what to do, what not to do, and not hiding it. Because if you hide, they will get the ways and means to know what the hell, goes on in a closed room. They get intrigued about, why parents are behaving in certain way, and they want to know more, very curious. So it's duty of parents that in right time, don't be ashamed if your child is looking at porn. Don't be ashamed. Okay, ask him to watch in front of me. And then explain him all the biology of the male and the female body, and also the implications of before time if you go into it, what will it do to you, and how it can hamper your studies, and how you will lose your abilities to learn and explore the world. And this is not everything. So a very mature conversation should happen. So same thing applies to your mind. Your mind is like that silly child who wants to do the bad stuff. I wouldn't say bad, I would say that which is not recognized or legal. So what we do, we don't fight with the mind, but we make the mind understand this. I give you one small example. One time there was a 15-year-old girl in sheer depression because she had no boyfriend and her all friends in school had a boyfriend. So I had a talk with her, and end of the talk, it was that, this will be a great distraction. You will lose your ability to concentrate on your studies, and your sports will be hampered. And she wanted to be a baseball player. And I said, well, that will hamper, because you will not be exercising enough, you will not be eating enough, and you won't be practicing enough, and you won't be giving enough time to your studies, and you will lose on to become a sports person, lose on to have a degree, and the culmination of your so-called boyfriend-girlfriend relationship would be you get married, and then you get pregnant, and then you have a child, and you are a child yourself. So how will you take care of cleaning, grocery, washing, baby crying, baby waking up whole night, and you can't sleep. And you'll have dark circles under your eyes and lose your, She said, no, I don't want a boyfriend. Well, thank you very much. The parents were very happy, and they were, really, really happy and thanking me for making the child understand. So same approach, please have it with your mind. Don't forcefully put it into a silent mode, it won't go. So just be wise enough to see mind is not me, and I am the seer, the witness of the mind. And mind knows the difference in between dharma and adharma. And mind knows what would be the culmination if I go into adharma. And then playing all the cards in front, and then choosing to act wisely. So more sattvikta, more gyan, more knowledge means more calm mind. And without any effort, mind is calm and quiet. And without any effort, you can then sit in a meditative state for a longer time and reap the fruits of dhyana and have a beautiful life and beautiful mind. But never forcing anything, allowing it to bloom into silence.